What's up everyone, this is Reaper here. In today's video I'm going to show you how I do my everyday bat eye look. We're going to do it in crimson red with a shade of black today, so let me show you how I do it. So first thing we're going to start with is primer. This is the product that I use. I got it from Amazon. It was about, I think, under $8, not very worth it, especially how small it is, but it is convenient when you can't buy a certain brand that you like if it's out of stock. It works just as good as any primer, and I did do a second coating, and I also use it like an eye primer. I put a little under my neck as well for the black powder makeup that I use to blacken my neck. Next thing, before I do my foundation, I am going to take off these earrings. Fortunately, I forget to put them back in later, and I go outside without earrings. So I'm using Krylon for the first time. I'm really excited about it. I apply it like I do with a Mayron stick when I use Mayron foundation. Very simple, very quick, and then I just pat it with a foundation sponge. By the way, I'd like to tell everybody that I got my first tattoos. I got both my sides of my head tatted, so there is bats on my head now. So after using the Krylon stick for the first time, I really like it. However, I discovered quite quickly that one layer of this isn't going to be enough, and since Krylon is quite expensive, I decided I am going to use another layer of different. But before I do that, I want to blend this Krylon foundation as good into my skin as possible, get all the crevices, etc. And I can't forget the ears. I took off the earrings literally to make sure I paint the ears and not the earrings. I'm still mad at myself for not remembering to put them on. So I'm just going over everything once again with my sponge foundation pad just to make sure it's all well blended. The next thing I'm going to do is my Sunset White foundation. I really love this stuff as well. I just apply it onto my skin. That way I get more of the product while less of it is wasted on a cardboard piece or something. Basically, I want to get my money's worth and make sure that I use up as much of the foundation in the bottle as I can without less of it being tossed out. So like before, I'm using the sponge foundation pad thing to blend it all in, and as you can see, it made the layer more whiter, more solid, and less translucent. You're beginning to see far less of my hideous, discolored, tan, red, pinkish skin. You get rid of pad marks, get into the creases, make sure it's a nice blended, solid layer. Next is the Ben Nye Super White Powder Foundation. First time I'm using it, and I'm quite happy with it. It sealed up everything, it made everything look nice, and I did go over this in 2 layers, one on camera, one off camera. I also go over this with a kabuki brush to get the loose powder off and blend everything else in. So now that I'm satisfied, we can go to the next step. So I'm using Sunset Market Goth foundation. It has white, gray, and black. I'm using the black powder to darken my neck. As you can see, I use the palette a lot, hence why it's starting to run out of black. But it's a really strong pigmented palette. I mean. I love it, and I probably definitely will be getting more of it. I also go up a bit to reshape my jawline. Now that we're satisfied, it's time to do the fun bit, which is the eyeshadow. First thing I like to do is trace on the template, freehand style of course. As you can see, I am using more of the powder foundation colors from the Goth palette from Sunset Makeup to trace out my eyes, as well as mark the areas where I want the eyeshadow to take shape. Normally, if I'm being rushed and I don't have that much time, I just take my pear-shaped foundation sponge, dip it into some of the color preference foundation, and just swoop it over my lid, and I got a quick curvy Batwing feign. No details, no nothing. Do a quick eyeliner, and then I'm out the door. But since I had a little time, I'm able to do it more beautifully, I guess. Beautifully, for lack of a better word. Next, with my middle finger, as well as my index finger, I will be applying my red eyeshadow. This is the first base, just a solid red eyeshadow to color in the Batwing. Right now, it doesn't really look much of a Batwing, but it will very shortly. It will definitely look like a Batwing very shortly. Well, so with both colored, now it's time to add more black to do the details of the bit of Batwing. Right now, I just do a quick like V shape from the lid to the crease area of the eye, and then I blend it upwards into the brow towards the little tail that I did. Then later on, I will take the brush again, dip it in some more black, and do the end of the brow, and then once again trace out the details of the wing, blend it out, and then we got a really cool shadowing. And we got a really cool 3D-ish bat eye. Another thing that I like to do is, once again, dip my hand into more red eyeshadow, blend it into the middle to kind of brighten up the area that was dulled out a bit. A quick repeat on the other side. Next, I do my cheeks, and I just take my foundation sponge, dip it into the palette of Goth makeup, and draw the creases for my cheekbones, and then with my finger I just trace it up, blend it down, and that's basically about it. It's more of a quick method that I use. Normally I'll do it more detailed and it takes more time, but at this point I was starting to run out of time. After putting a lot of detail into the eyeshadow, I was running out of time. I actually had to go to an appointment. Next thing I'm going to use is mascara to go over the lashes, just to darken them up, get rid of some of the foundation that colored them. Also, this is the eyeshadow palette that I used for the red. Now that we're dressed, the last thing we need to do is paint our lips. Very simple, so I'll let you observe and watch. And we're done. We are done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit that bell. I do a variety of things, both my everyday Goth as well as my drag characters. Please have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.